That road. Okay. Good evening to everyone, and welcome to Real Talk, our usual Monday social media program, where we come as a team and actually relay information regarding the development of the party and what it is that we offer as an alternative to Dominica political space and obviously governance. Tonight with me is our honorable political leader, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, and yours truly, Glenroy Soso Cuffy, is the host of this program. We just want to welcome you from Fontaine, those of you who reside out of Dominica, and those of you in the diaspora, we welcome you. I know that you are looking forward to this program, and we are so honored to have you tonight. And, it is one of our information windows that we use to ensure that we, continue to interact with you and to allow you to participate as well. For those of you who are going through some sort of downtime right now in your life, some sort of depression, some not feeling well, just ask God's blessing upon you and your family, and we hope that you can at least rid of those issues very soon and try to be more focused and concentrate on matters that can uplift your life and not what can bring you back. In life, we are up and down, and we expect that we have to do it along positively, and so we have positive aspects of our lives, but and to be always positive and leaving negative back. So let me just welcome you tonight again, and let me say good night to our political leader. I see the smile on your face. I don't know what may have happened over the weekend, but at least you have been involved in agriculture, winning again. You promise that sometime in the future you will tell us about the next phase of your cultivation process. But for now, what is happening? I know you continue to be on the ground. Some of members of our team are all over the place. We continue to focus on confirmation, bring people from different areas to the respective confirmation centers. What is all that about? Does that make sense to you? Does it feel good? Tell us.
Yes, indeed. So a very good night to you, and of course to our many listeners and those of you that are regular listeners. A very special good night indeed. Yes, the work on the ground continues. As you know, the work of a political party in opposition is to ensure that when the next elections are called, that you form the government. We are of the firm view that we have a better plan and vision for Dominica. And that is what we continue to take to the general public. And I'm very happy to say tonight that the public in Dominica continue to rally around the United Workers' Party as we move from town to town, village to village, with a positive message, one of vision, one of hope, one of renewal. Because what we are offering also is to renew this economy. What we are offering is to really put this country to work. And I think people are excited about this. I mean, too many young people have not received opportunities. Too many young people are going astray in our country. And we have a party that is willing to do the hard work, to do what is necessary, to bring this country back. And so we are very happy that the people are responding in a very positive way to our message. And it's a good time. It's a good time to be in opposition because as we prepare ourselves, we can see the signs. The signs are there, and the telltale signs of victory are there. And we just have to keep working hard, working through a lot of distractions that the party has encountered in the past. A lot of those distractions are there. A lot of challenges are there. But we are focused. We are focused on the goal, which is to win the next general election. And the people of Dominica are rising in support of that goal. And we're very happy about it. We're very happy to be able, as we go along, to prepare a definite plan of action to do exactly what we say that we are going to do. It's a great time. It's a great day. And we are extremely, extremely pleased. And let me just say a very special good evening as well to my constituency, the individuals there from Grand Forks, Mont John, Rivière Syriac, Montreal, Montfregat. It's awesome to be part of that community. And over the weekend, we had a great time. Domino season has reached fever pitch there. We had literally hundreds of persons turn out on Sunday to see games between the various teams from as far away as Daly Seas to Deepa. So most of the South is now involved, and we're very happy for that. We have made a nice extension this year from basically 6 teams to 13 teams this year.
Wow.
And it's a great excitement that has gripped, a real competition. And these guys are so competitive, man. The level of competition is just, but beyond that, it brings the community together. That to me is the most powerful part about all of this, is that it really rejuvenates the community. It brings in economic activity because you have people from all over the constituencies coming to watch the game, and they spend in those communities. They spend. And so that is one of the ways we are working to revitalize and to really move those hamlets. And it's working really, really well. So we're very happy for that. Yes, it's a dominant competition, but there is the broader goal of bringing the community together. There is a broader challenge of creating economic activity, and all of those are being satisfied as we go through the domino competition. So it's great. And the coverage has been good. We have gotten coverage on all the radio stations about the competition, as well as on social media. So it's moving along nicely. I'm very pleased, very, very pleased about it.
Yes, thanks, because I got free calls from, I did messages from people in your constituents from your constituents, and they say, look, talk to them, tell them something. I don't know what you all think, but we're not even hearing what is going on. All we know is that Dr. Fontaine is the one that we want to represent us, and that is his constituency, and that's the only constituency he knows since he has been born, and he has carried that through, and now he's the political leader of our United Workers' Party. He has not in any way, shape, or form let us go. He has not separated from us. And so we are very pleased that we have taken up, that sort of, you know, brave sort of, direction to represent the interest. And look, he could have been anywhere else. And we just are very happy to have him. And we are going to put him overwhelming. So, I mean, once you get that from constituents, I'm not talking about people from other constituents, I'm talking about your constituents. And so people, like you are going to focus, let's put this analytical message for you from the political leader. Because for the past days and weeks, we have had, a lot happening, much being said everywhere politically. I think probably the political side has been a lot under a lot of radio publicity. I think we have to look at the positive side of it. And we are optimistic and we are very confident that we are together. And we are very confident that we are going to get to with the people. And so tonight, we will sort of give you a reassurance that, a message of reassurance in, actually letting you know that all is not lost. We are still well alive as a party, a democratic party, and we are working in the interest of Dominicans, and we really like to listen message, some message to you. So at this point in time, I will call the political leader to actually, say something to you, or have you listen to what is going to be said there tonight, so that you get a sense that yes, we are not focused on the negative, rather we are focused on the positive. Dr. Fontaine?
Yes, indeed, so what we have done is to prepare a statement on some of the recent matters and also on the focus and the vision of the party. So I wanted this time to read the statement. It's a prepared statement, and of course we'll discuss it once I'm through. My Dominican family and friends, I address you today in the wake of recent events that are circulating on both traditional and social media regarding the United Workers' Party that I lead. At a time when our nation stands at a crucial crossroads, where the economic future of every Dominican is at stake, I feel compelled as leader of the United Workers' Party to share my vision for a better Dominica, as well as to clear the air. I welcome different views as part of a healthy democracy. However, I will not allow distraction, division, or misrepresentation to derail the serious national conversation we must now have. After more than 25 years under the current administration, it is evident to many that our country is in need of renewed focus, fresh energy, and a clear path forward. Too many of our people are struggling. Too many opportunities have been missed, and too often the national interest has taken a backseat to political survival. The United Workers' Party stands as a responsible, prepared, and determined opposition that is ready not merely to criticize, but to lead, not merely to point out problems, but to implement solutions. Our mission is not rooted in division, but in the urgent need to restore balance, accountability, and purpose in the governance of Dominica. To those who have publicly expressed concern, I say this: your voices are part of our democracy, but the tone and direction of our national dialogue must uplift, not undermine. If we are serious about rescuing and rebuilding Dominica, then we must move beyond rhetoric and commit ourselves to constructive engagement and shared responsibility. We will never all agree on strategy, style, or substance, but we cannot let down Dominica and pander to our egos. That is the reason why our party has proposed the 10 pillars of shared economic prosperity for all Dominicans. It is a plan that is rooted in the resuscitating of the agriculture sector, developing a robust manufacturing sector, commercializing the water industry, fixing our tax system, and providing relief to the high cost of living, among other initiatives. To our supporters, I urge calm, discipline, and focus. We must remain grounded in our purpose and not be sidetracked by provocation. The strength of our movement lies not in noise, but in vision, credibility, and unity. This is not a moment for political gamesmanship. This is a moment for national renewal. The task before us is to restore confidence in leadership, create real economic opportunity, empower our young people, and ensure that every Dominican feels seen, heard, and supported. I call on all right thinking Dominicans to join us in focusing on the greater good. If we genuinely love our country, then we should be prepared to sacrifice for her. Over the past few months, the leadership of the party has worked relentlessly to bridge any semblance of division and to get everyone working together. It is in that same spirit that I want particularly to extend an olive branch to all disaffected members of the United Workers' Party to come together in a conscious effort to trash out any issues that continue to fester. I do not pretend to be a perfect servant, but I'm a public servant that is committed to taking all ideas on board. The United Workers' Party, under my leadership, is ready to do the work of rescuing Dominica. But true progress will require all of us, supporters, critics, and undecided citizens alike, to come together in the best interest of our country. Let us rise above division. Let us demand better. And let us work together to secure a stronger future for Dominica. We can come together to craft an economic revitalization for the country that we all claim to love. Let us put our egos aside and focus on the needs of Dominica and the several people who depend on us to do the right things. May wisdom guide us and may unity strengthen our path forward. Thank you.
Oh yes, and it is interesting if a number of good things have been said. And what is good about it, Doc? And I would like to comment for this because over the past weeks and days and probably months, we have sort of been silent but also focused. And it's not that we are not aware or we're not aware what has been said or have not been said. It's just that as a party focused on people's plight. I think we took the people's plight more seriously than people who have been in problem just trying to, do political maneuvering and to have us focus on the negative. And so, Doc, I really want to commend you for listening, first of all. And now that this statement has come out, it means that you have actually sort of encapsulated what exactly has been happening and to put a perspective on it. And that I believe people are moved by this because all I'm hearing here And we are hearing positive words coming forward. And in fact, let me just reiterate some of the things that he said in a brief before we get to deliberate. And for those who are listening and those who are streaming, you could make a comment and ask questions and tell us what you feel about this statement because to me, it is resonating given the time, given it is timely, it is resonating because what we have been going through for the past couple of weeks will not be distracting. We are United Workers Party. And he said we're not allowed to be distracted. Don't want distraction. We don't want distraction, neither division. Because we need renewed focus, fresh energy. We are responsible opposition. And I take it to mean that we are responsible because we continue to do the people work. We continue to advocate on behalf of the people. We continue to give them hope and inspire them for the betterment and for a better quality of life that they will experience under your leadership and the United Workers Party. Solutions are what we care about, not division. I think that is very strong and that is very true. And the 10 pillar plan, which we have been enunciating over the past of months, even years, I think that's actually made a year already. And that is married with or associated or related with shared prosperity for all. So it's from this plan that people are going to experience a change in their lives, a transformation, so to speak, and I should even say an economic transformation in their lives. So that is what we are bringing to these people. We must remain united in purpose. And united in purpose. So let's focus on what is important, not not the things that are trivial, not the things that cannot make us a better person, not the things that cannot account for the bread and butter issues that we face on a daily basis. We need to concentrate on people's lives. People, need to survive, to thrive in a democracy where people can enjoy the wealth building, creation of jobs, and even earnings from what they do. And interestingly, the last one I have is a movement for national renewal. And that would involve every Dominican who wants to actually see us move forward. So that in a nutshell would actually sort of, capture or caption what exactly the message sends. And I'm moved by this message, and I'm telling you, I believe, based on what I'm hearing, some people are already saying good vibes, good work, good response. And that is so commend you as leader of the workers party who has been patient with all what you have been hearing. And you have come with that statement. I think it has been heard nationally and on social media and now tonight on our program. To me, this is the message that we have to share. And I urge people who are listening to actually share this message, send it to your friends, so that those who do not understand will understand that we have leadership. We have leadership that is working, and we need to embrace that sort of leadership that is working. So, we are for what I've been highlighted.
Yes, indeed. So, it's very important, I believe, for us to redirect the conversation, the national conversation. Because at the end of the day, I believe that every Dominican, they're looking for better quality of life. Every Dominican is interested in a better standard of living. Every Dominican wants a better future for themselves and for their children. And that is the conversation that we need to be having. I think sometimes we spend a lot of time talking about irrelevant stuff, so that doesn't promote or help get us to that point where we want to be. And the fact of the matter is, quite frankly, if you spend your time and your energy on one area of negativity, that's exactly what you're going to reap, negativity. So I think it's very important, and that is what we try to do with our statement tonight, to redirect the public conversation on what really matters. What matters is the 10 pillars that is promising to bring prosperity to the lives of Dominicans. And I cannot tell you how important that is. So when you see the number of persons in the various communities, the struggles that our people have to face, it is a tough life in Dominica under this Labour Party government. Our people are hurting, our people are struggling. And we need to be in a position as a party in opposition to offer hope to the people of Dominica. And that is what this is directed to the people, to let them know that there is a party that is committed to bringing positive change to Dominica, to let them know that there is a party that is very much unlike the party that is now in office in this country. We are a party that cares deeply about the well-being of our people. We are a party that cares deeply about going back to agriculture, that cares deeply about a water industry that can generate the tens of millions of dollars for the people of Dominica. We are careful about promoting a party that is looking to stimulate manufacturing, that can provide jobs, factory jobs, good paying jobs to the people. And that's the focus that we want to have. We want people to be discussing our plans around agriculture, discussing our plans around the fiscal, the tax situation in this country, where we are burdened by all sorts of taxes, where a few individuals enjoy duty free, where businesses are struggling with high corporation tax, individuals, high personal income taxes. These are the issues that we want to take front and center stage. And that's why we are saying tonight that we are the party that is prepared to lead the way on an economic revival for Dominica. We are a party that is committed to bringing hope and prosperity to the people of Dominica. And we have a plan to back it up. We have a plan that has been well thought out, a plan that continues, of course, to be worked upon as the reality on the ground changes, but one that we believe will be able to take us to where we want, and that is shared prosperity. And note I keep stressing the word shared, and there's a reason for this, because we have seen this country generate wealth in the past. We have heard of the billions of dollars being generated under the CBI program, but that has not benefited the Dominican public in the way that it should have. And that is the reason why any policy prescription that we have, any plan that we have to grow the economy must include a determined effort to ensure that every single Dominican benefits from it. And that is what we are promising, that is what we are offering, and that is the direction that we are headed to.
Yes, already we have some reaction. That's someone saying here. I appreciate the leaders and the organization setting the tone, taking time to absorb the full response on one side, and then coming back to the people with the method, thoughtful, focused response. We have been through a lot as the people. This is a challenge, but I appreciate the guidance of the leadership to ground and heal and reset and refocus. This is indeed a message of all Dominicans, or all Dominicans this year. Doc is comfortable. I received the past comment there for us. He said, well, good vibes. He said, look, great speech, my leader. And by the way, Mr. Pat Corbett has been, former, candidate for the constituency as a former, member of the National Executive. I think he held the position of vice president. And so Nick Packet, of course, is always there participating. Nick also saying good evening to us. And saying, he's blessed. He's tuned in. Let himself has contested on the Calibre participation in 2019. And so, Doc, the message coming, blessing to Dr. Fontaine and Mr. Cuffy and the WB team. Thank you, gentlemen, for this. It is our pleasure to do so. And, Doc, really measured. I want to highlight some words of that from this message. And I think it's from Aaron Ward. Full focus response. And you know what is critical? Look, this is timely because what you have done actually hear some of what has been enunciated and actually assess them, evaluate them, and to bring measured response with respect to not actually putting fire or igniting the fire, but actually not only just putting water, just water on the fire. There cannot do any fire. We are here to actually reinstill and to show people that look, we are a responsible organization, ready and willing to lead your interests, and then we have to be responsible for our response. You don't get at anybody. This pitch is in no way, shape, or form targeting anybody, but rather to reinstate that the United Workers' Party as a political organization, as a party with the whole idea of that trying to bring prosperity to Dominica. We are ready to deliver, and I feel this is appreciative of you and the United Workers' Party for this excellent response. And so, Doc, this is leadership. When you can listen, you can learn, you can assess, you can evaluate, and you can come and you can give a response that resonates with everyone. And so, yes, this is very good. Very, very good. maybe I hear enough feedback. I don't know what feedback is
Yes,
being.
yes. So hopefully that can be resolved. Another issue that was focused on in the press statement is the whole question of the semen division, and that is something that one of the persons writing talked about. And what we're saying as the leadership of the party is that we need to move beyond that. You know, persons who feel that they have been cast aside, or persons who feel that probably their ideas may not have been taken on board, and so on. There is room for everybody. You know, I believe as an individual and as a leader of this party that every voice should contend. But at the end of the day, we move by consensus. At the end of the day, not everybody will agree with everything. That's just the way a democracy works. But I believe it's very important that we act together, that we move together, that we work together, and that's the reason of an olive branch. In the sense, I'm saying that if there's any persons out there who feels that somehow the actions of the leadership they have rubbed them the wrong way, we're saying, hey, we're prepared to work with you. We are prepared to embrace you. We are prepared to embrace you within the organization because we have a broad, big tent that's attracting new converts every day. And yeah, come on board. Let us move together. But do not allow our own individual self interest to derail us from the broader vision. Because we're in this not to quarrel amongst ourselves, we're in this to offer hope to the Dominican public. And if we spend the time quarreling among ourselves, we take away from the effort of communicating the hope, that hope and the vision for a better Dominica. So all I'm saying is let's put all of that to rest. Let us focus on building a better Dominica. Let us focus on giving hope to our young people. Let us focus on putting forward a plan and strategies that the Dominican public can say, yes, I can see myself benefiting from this. I can see myself a part of this movement. That's where the effort needs to be. Because after all, it's a national effort. It's not about an individual effort. It's a national, united effort that we engaged in. And I think that's the appeal that we want. That's what we want to really resonate with the Dominican public. That it is normal to have squabbles within any organization, but at the end of the day, the broader vision of bringing hope to Dominica, the broader vision of 10 pillars for shared prosperity, it is there, it is moving forward. And when we have a chance to form the next government of this country, we will be able to implement it with the support of all of Dominica.
Yes, I hope this feedback has been resolved. I don't know from my end, but I think everything is okay on my side. But however, if you are continuing to hear this feedback, we do apologize for this little glitch in technology. But just to continue to read some of the messages we are getting here. One person is saying again, and to reconfirm or to confirm rather, I went to confirm in Baba State this morning, and the process went very easy. I will think it is better to work with your passport. Okay, that's a good form of idea. And earlier on, by the way, Doc spoke about that in our introductory remarks. So yes, caller, and yes, texter, you are very correct. We do encourage people to participate, and we ourselves are on the ground doing what is necessary to actually get it going. So it is our hope that people can respond to the call for confirmation and get going. There's someone else saying this is exactly what the party needs. We cannot focus on personality. We must focus on the country. Small minds discuss people. Average minds discuss things, and great minds discuss ideas. Keep the conversation going. Ignore the noise and distraction, and put the challenges of the people and solutions smack on the front burner. Yes, and we have somebody saying, well said. There's a support to other people. You know, leadership has never been before. That is very good, Doc. You had somebody, our own left again says, I want to compliment Dr. Thompson Fontaine is thoughtful and measured. In a time when it would be easy to become consumed by internal disagreements, he has chosen instead to keep the focus where it belongs, on Dominica, the struggle facing our people, and the vision for a better future. What stood out most was to extend an olive branch and call for unity, dialogue, and constructive engagement while refusing to be distracted. Passive mission. That is excellent. Thank you. Someone else is saying, much blessing, God. Keep up the good work. Doctor, much respect to you. And I know you are getting stronger every day. Doc, the good form is starting to get, I don't know if I can actually stand all these nice things, but it's very coming up. Dr. Thompson Fontaine, you are the man in the party. You are making I think the person is saying there, Dr. Fontaine, thanks for the respect that you bring to us. You are the man who leads the party, and you are doing a very good job. You are not no hypocrite. As somebody is saying, it's not a feedback, it's more like poor equipment or internet. Quality on Soso's head. Okay, sorry, my apologies. I will have to get this rectified. I think I will have to go back to the microphone as I usually use. I probably believe because I have an open mic of that. Yeah. Anyway, that is it. We walk with God, Doc. Stay steadfast. And Doc, let me just remind people again. I going back. Let's reverse some 2 years ago when you had this economic problem. This was an opportunity for persons to participate. Remember, you had that economic forum at Jungle Bay. It was also consultation as well, because people came, they participated, but we had ideas. Besides the presenters, besides facilitating the whole different aspect of the components of growth, agriculture, manufacturing, tourism, and everything else, even sports. You notice that person participated and they actually made recommendations. And this was a sort of kind time for recommendations to come on board, and that this holistically will go in the national plan. And so it is not the first time that we are leading the way with respect to consultation, with respect to forum. And just as our party states in its motto, that people come first, and there is that great philosophy, I think it's M.C. Thomas, who says, it's not how much you know, it's how much you care about people. This how much you care about people aligns very much with our doctrine, our motto that says, people come first. And thus you have just exhibited, we respect this response, how you put the people first. That is what we most care about, the people. Because at the end of the exercise, it's not about us, it's about growing people from the predicament. It's about allowing everybody to have an opportunity to grow well. To grow well, when I say grow well, because you grow well, you can acquire things, you can buy things, you can do what you have to do. Jaffa, our candidate for the West constituency, he says, the bonds that unite us is greater than the bonds that divide us. Let's keep pushing forward to help save this great nation. We know we can bring this country back to where it was and way beyond under the leadership of a capable leader, Dr. Fontaine. And somebody saying there, as someone who left Dominica before Dominica was independent as a child, what can be true to me is that there was a valid opposition and that hope should be kept alive. Yes, of course, this is positive. Here, of course, come. And saying, one person is saying, my dad.
So sorry. I think we should address this question there, don't you?
No, you're coming, but I want to read the last one, and you go. Wait,
and okay, then, yes, I particularly would like to address.
Take it. Yes, take it.
Yeah, no, I particularly, and I want to thank Mr. Badwell for this, who said that someone who left Dominica before it was independent as a child, what hope can be imputed to me that the opposition is still a valid opposition and that hope should be kept alive. What I would like to say to Mr. Badwell is that we are committed to a better Dominica. We are committed to getting our sons and daughters who have gone overseas in the diaspora to come back and to be a part of this great vision for Dominica. Our commitment is to those of you who are living overseas that there will be opportunity to build your retirement homes in Dominica, opportunities to find jobs in this country. So when we begin that process of developing the nation, it's not just for the Dominicans who are currently in Dominica, but it is also for those residing in the diaspora. In other words, our plan for Dominica is such that we will need the effort, the services, and the inputs of Dominicans residing overseas. Let them become part of the effort and the energy that will go towards developing this country. So there is a role, there is a place, and there is a function for those like Mr. Badwell, who is out there in the diaspora, wanting to come back, wanting to contribute, wanting to be a part of what is going on in Dominica. Dominica, in our minds, as the leadership of this party, is going to offer to his sons and daughters the hope and the inspiration that quite clearly has not been there in the past, or has not been made a focus of attention. We are very much focused on the diaspora. And that's one of the reasons why under our 10 pillars, one of those 10 pillars is the diaspora input. So we're talking about diasporans being able to come to Dominica, to live, to work, to offer their services. For example, we are looking at a volunteer program. One of the things that we're looking at also is a volunteer program where retirees, say in the education system, and nurses can come back to Dominica. They're still in their late 50s, 60s, and want to offer their time in a volunteer way to the hospitals, to the schools, to help to build. That is something that we're hoping to have, a truly volunteer program that will be spearheaded by the diaspora. In that way, they can input into the lives of Dominicans. So there are lots of different opportunities. And I want to assure this gentleman, as well as others who are concerned about the ability of the United Workers' Party. We do have a team of very competent Dominicans, and we're able to call upon the expertise of many other people who have offered themselves, who've offered their expertise, who are helping us craft the message around agriculture, the message around manufacturing, the message around our social programs, around tax reforms. We are able to attract these individuals who help us build it so that when we present it to the public, they can understand that it is well thought of, it is well researched, and that it has the backing of competent Dominicans who want to see better for all of us. So it's something that I believe that we can all be proud of, that our people are willing to be a part of this effort, willing to come on board with us, And after 26 years of Labour Party rule, the people of Dominica are saying enough is enough. They want to see new faces, new energy, new efforts at building Dominica, rebuilding Dominica from where it is. And that is what the focus is. And that is why we welcome the inputs of every single Dominican, including our Dominican brothers and sisters who are living overseas. So I think yes.
I'm on now? Am I on?
Yes, you are now. You're muted for a while.
Okay, listen to me. I'm getting something to hold on.
All right. So
so I'm there. Yes. So right away now, I'm here. Let me just say to you that I'm happy the way that you responded to the gentleman. And for some of you, I do not call your name sometimes. I don't know if I'm at liberty to do so. I call names with persons I know that would not have a problem with their name being called. And so it's not my duty every time to call names, but I know some people can be funny. And when you have a program, it's not necessarily that you call people's name, but we do appreciate the feedback, and we are encouraged by everything else. No matter what, Dominica deserves new leadership. There is a time for everything, a time for one administration, and a time for another. Transparent response. Thank you, Dr. Fontaine, for this transparent response. And earlier when I saw someone had said that, my dad passed last year, even though he would be very disappointed with what is going on currently with the noise and the current state, he would have commended you guys for pushing forward positively. So we need to keep positive, and we do appreciate the comments, and Doc, that is what we stand for. We cannot stop reiterating that our modus operandi is to ensure that Dominicans come first, people come first, and to work in the best interest of everyone. And I know that we are very, 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 very much elated with the response that we are getting right now, because the noise is better served to be put aside, and the interest of the people should be what we concentrate on. And that is what the expectation is from everyone. I believe that you all are capable of leading Dominica to a brighter future with a more positive impact on young people. I believe it is time for a change. 26 years is too much. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Doc, in this one you have to respond because the perspective of young person, I mean, the person who sent this message is, I mean, cannot be more right than this. We have to be more impactful, and youth has to come on board. And it's something that we want to actually generate more interest amongst youth. But again, as you know, they have a lot of challenges, and we want to tell them that they must fear no more. We are the ones that are going to lead them out of their crisis, and they must join us and to be part of what is going on. Your response?
Absolutely, so. In fact, that's one of the motivations for me, the young people of Dominica. The fact that our young people deserve so much better. The fact that our young people deserves a lot more than they're currently getting. What we want to do is to build a future that our young people feel that they can own, a future that that they can truly believe in. And we are not seeing that. And the more I talk to the young people, is the greater the motivation to do good by the young people of this country. You know, when I grew up in Dominica in the 80s and 90s, there appeared to have been hope for the young people. We dreamt big, you know, it's like we could do anything. And many years later, we are seeing that our young people, they have actually stopped dreaming, some of them have, because everything looks so disappointing and so out of sync, you know, that they don't seem to have that same vibe, that same zeal that we had growing up. And it's something that keeps that motivation. And as you can see in our 10 pillars, we have an entire pillar dedicated to the young people of Dominica. And the plan is to get them involved in what they like most. They're constantly on social media, constantly on gadgets. Can we create opportunities around those areas? And that's why we're looking into areas of artificial intelligence. We're looking at how we can create opportunities online for people. The idea is that you can stay in Dominica and work for a company in the United Kingdom or in Europe or in the United States. That is where we are headed with this. And so already we have started a focus group that is looking at how we can, even now in opposition, begin to create opportunities for the young people. So that is something that we are extremely interested in. It's something that we believe we need to motivate more of our young people, because sometimes it can be a bit disheartening because they have been let down by this government. Some of them feel very much that they should be giving up at this point. But we want to offer hope to the young people. We want to let them know that a better Dominica is ahead. We want to let them know that we are committed to building a country that they can be proud of. We are committed to building a country that will offer them opportunities to earn wealth, to earn a decent living, to build their families. That is our interest. That's what we are focused on. And that's the message that we continue to give to our young people. We're not casting them aside, but instead we're giving them a lending hand up. We are helping them with education, helping them with opportunities, and above all, we are giving them helping to create a vision that they can buy into, a vision that says, yes, I can be a part of this effort. I can be a part of this effort because I can see in it the rewards to me as a young person, that this is a government that will care about me, a government that will ensure that they create the opportunities for me. So it's something that we absolutely are happy about, we are proud of, that we're embracing the young people of this country. Sometimes we hear a lot of people are very dismissive, say, oh, that's just a CO generation. I do not refer to the young people as a CO generation. Unfortunately, that is how they have been cultured. That is what the government appears to be throwing at them, just endless CO. But we're saying no. We're saying that at this critical juncture in the lives of the young people, they need to be focused on something. They need to be building businesses. They need to be using their creative efforts and their talents to challenge themselves, you know, whether it's at work, whether it's working for themselves, whether it's working with a group of other young people, to build companies, to create ideas, to do those things that young people should be doing. And that is what we are focused on. I'm extremely passionate about this, that we have to do more for the young people of this country. We have to move away from the cycle of violence that we're seeing sometimes, And some of it is just because, quite frankly, they do not have the hope. They know nothing else. And we need to offer a much more to the young people of this country. And the United Workers' Party team, Dominica, is well poised to do this. We understand the importance. We attracted as well youthful candidates into the party that will be able to better communicate this message to the young people. Because sometimes so they don't want to listen to us, but they will listen to their peers,
Oh,
and that
yes,
is something
certainly.
that we believe that we want to make sure that this message resonates with the young people of this country and that they understand that we're in this for them. And that's why at this point, I want to encourage us to stand by, because we are going to be revealing some very youthful candidates within the United Workers' Party that will help drive this message, that will help drive this effort to put money into the pockets of the young people of this country. It's an exciting time, so exciting time to be in Dominica, because we are getting set. We are poised, as I said, to take over the reins of government whenever an election is called. And that's why we continue to encourage our people to do that confirmation. Make sure you get confirmed. I want to say big congratulations to this individual who said that they confirmed over the weekend. That is an awesome thing to do. Encourage your friends, your neighbors to do the same. As we continue, we continue to play our part to get persons to confirm. But let us all do this, because at the end of the day, we want to ensure that the United Workers' Party is the government of choice. The United Workers' Party is the government that will lead this country into this area of shared prosperity.
Yes, and as we say that, a response from a young person there just text me, and the person is saying, look, so I'm listening, and you know what? It is not that we do not want the party to come forward. It's just the circumstances that we face. We face a problem whereby everything is being scrutinized. We have been looked at. We have been watched. We have been surveilled. It means that, young people, and it's like a threat. People looking over their shoulder. So if you participate in somebody else's political activity, it's like, your name is being broadcast. If you have a job with the government, it's like, but all we are saying, we are going to participate full time this time in the election to make sure, one, we preserve our democracy, and to ensure that we can have a voice in the society. And number two, we are voting for prosperity. So the first thing that youth is saying is that, look, we need to be liberated from that kind of surveillance that on us, You can't be surveilled. It looks like everywhere you go, people are looking over your shoulders. The government has planted people to look over people and to report to them who is participating in opposition activities. This is very sad for us, and it's really not going anywhere. But we have somebody saying, you guys are doing a very good job ignoring the noise. We can't stay focused on that. And they're talking about, the person is talking about the noise. And yes, it's a very important point now. Vocational schools from high school, plumbing, technical, engineering, mechanic, young entrepreneurs. Oh yes, we talk about that, and we have been talking about the technical and vocational aspect of our education, because we are always saying there are persons who can do even better with these skills. So once they can be equipped with these skills, then they can be useful, they can be their own business owners, and so they can open their own small business and can be independent entrepreneurs to actually help us move forward. And one of the things that happened to us, Doc, under this government is that we have built, they claim that they did so many schools. They built that they repair schools. They did health centers around the island. But it's one thing the government never ensured is that the skilled people of our country got employed. And when those who do not have the skill would not get employed, not even their parents who have the skills that were employed. And to add insult to injury, the private sector has been left to be languished, because everything that the government purchased with respect to the procurement, with the procurement process, had been sourced from outside. You cannot tell me plywood, lumber, right? Doorknobs, doors, galvanized roofing, solar heater, screws, nails, tiles, lighting fixtures. I mean, come on, paint. Everything came from overseas. And our people have to suffer. Oh, how much more can we take? But we are saying to you that we forgive you for your political sin. We all do have sin. No man is without a sin. But the political sins we continue to impose on ourselves. We must rid ourselves from that. We must be liberated from that. We must be more liberal. We must feel moved. We must feel encouraged to move forward. We must fear no more. And so let me read more of what some persons are saying there, Doc. We can be cruising slowly to the end of the program, but it is very interesting when you get feedback. Mr. Dr. Fontaine, how do you feel with the division between past and present members of the United Workers' Party? And do you believe that the party can come together to strengthen the unity once more? Well, you refer to that in a while because you've read a message that to me resonated and somehow brought some sort of inspiration and diversion from what is being asked here. Somebody else is saying, I kept telling people as examples, the easiest way to have persons keeping you in a position or look to you as a mighty man is to make them poor, then turn around and give them everything every time they need it. And those persons will look at you as their savior. And that's the statistics of what's happening in Dominica. Somebody else was saying is, may the good Lord bless you all. Doc, I think you want to react to just what the person asked there.
Yeah, certainly. In fact, that was one of the reasons, that's one of the things that I hope that our statement today would help do, would help quell fears that somehow the party is not able to function. On the contrary, we have been working to build a plan. We have been working to build a vision that the people of Dominica can buy into. So that when there were disagreements, which is what they are, disagreements sometimes within the party, it does not mean that the party is going up in smoke. The important thing is that we continue to bring that message of hope to the Dominican public. And whether it's a seeming division, whether it's a created one, whether it's a real division, the important thing is that the party is cohesive, the party is working together, the party is building this plan. We are doing what is important to do as a party to win the next election, getting our candidates together, attracting powerful candidates in the various constituencies that with time will be revealed to the public, going out there with a message on the ground to the people of Dominica, spreading the good news that the United Workers' Party has a big plan for this country. So at the end of the day, I'm very confident that this message will win out, that this hope and this vision for the people of Dominica is what is going to win out. That is where I want the focus to be. That is where we require the focus of Dominicans to be, on a bigger plan to build this economy, on a plan to transform lives, on a plan to attack this high cost of living that is taking so much out of the people of Dominica. We need to be able to bring that focus. How do we do this together? How do we work together to move forward? So I'm very excited about the future. I'm very excited about the trajectory that the party is headed to and what it is that we are doing to convince the Dominican public that we are the better alternative at this time, that we have what it takes within the party to transform this country, to attract our Dominicans living overseas back to Dominica, to get agriculture up and running, to get the water industry up and running, manufacturing up and running, our social engagements to be improved as a people. And one of the things, quite frankly, so that we will be focused on as a party as well, is one of the things, thinking back on it, one of the things that has really helped Dominica a lot, helped us in the past, were just the various groups that existed, the social groups. You know, we had a women's arm, a women's National Women's Council that used to be very, very effective. You had the women in the churches having they call them the social league. You remember the social league? We had the forage clubs. You had the scout troops. You had different drama groups and scout groups within the various villages. You had people doing things. I mean, growing up in Grand Forks, we had, you know, we used to do acting. We still have drama groups that we could put our energies into. You know, we would do acting and we would have shows on the weekends for the villagers to come and enjoy. These were all things that help build the community, that help provide opportunities for the young people to focus on. And that's something as a government we'll be focused on bringing back. Let's bring back some of those civil groups that help mold and shape individuals. We've lost all of that under this Labour Party. They've all disappeared. We will be bringing those back. You know, that sense of community, that sense of kudme, that sense of helping your neighbor, checking on your neighbor every morning and showing that your neighbor is taken care of, you know, not leaving anybody. That's the kind of country that formed me and formed us. And that's what we want to give back to this country. That sense of belonging, that sense of being a part of community. All of these things will be encouraging because we believe that at the end of the day, we'll have a better community for it. We'll have a less violent society. And we'll have a better, quite frankly, a better country to live, to work, and to enjoy life.
Yes, and thank you. And we have someone asking, what are the things that the UWP would implement to ensure that the youth and all of all goals would be guaranteed? They could have a bright future under the UWP if being granted as the next party and then government. But we have actually highlighted that and continue to
But
highlight this.
it's an opportunity also to the person may have joined late, so an opportunity to reiterate the way we get our young people involved and create opportunities is through job creation. So we are creating jobs not only within agriculture, but even within agriculture, there will be opportunities for young people because you can have young people engaged in marketing the produce that has been produced. You could have young people being engaged in helping to advertise or to create apps, for example, for the farmers to track their crops, to track the availability. You have different areas that young people can get involved to make it better, to make agriculture better. And then we have, of course, this whole AI area, what we call the blue economy, where individuals will find opportunities online so that you're earning US dollars whilst living here in Dominica. These opportunities are there, they exist, and we will be pursuing those. At the end of this, we're talking about job creation and good paying jobs that will now attract Dominicans from overseas that can all come back and help to the product so that we'll have a class of entrepreneurs, we'll have a group of young people. And so I think about this and I say to myself, how many young people under this government over 25 years, how many young people can you look around and say, this person was able to make a few $1 million in Dominica because they had a business that they thought of and it flourished? How many people can you say that currently that can say, yes, thanks to the Labour Party government, I was able to set up my business, I was able to do this and the other? Not many, not many, because the government replaced that with a whole program of mendicancy, a whole program of, I will give you a handout, instead of encouraging creativity, instead of providing opportunities for young people. So for a good example of this, when you had a small business bureau that was formed, I was excited. I said, well, okay, a young business bureau, they'll provide capital and guidance for young people. But instead they were giving people $3,000 loans. And with $3,000, you just take that and go on a trip with St. Martin. You can't do anything. So you had a small business unit that was giving $3,000 loans to people saying that go and start a business with that. I mean, come on. We're talking about whether you were able to, for example, the way I would think of this is, can we identify 25 young people that have some solid ideas with regards to business? And we back them up fully with the resources, the expertise, the guidance, so on, that they can see their business ideas come to fruition. And these 25 young people in turn around and employ on average 15, 20 people in the business. Right there, you've created a whole movement, a whole momentum, because these businesses will be creating wealth, they'll be employing people, and will be pumping back resources into the economy. That is how we do it. But if you turn around and say, here's a $3,000, start your business, what do you expect? So at the end of the day, there is nothing, there's no track record of success with that kind of plan. It is wrong-headed, it was poorly thought of, and we are saying that we can do it differently because we understand, and that's the advantage that we have as a party. We're a group of very mature and competent individuals who understand the way to run things, the way to do things properly that will benefit the country. So that when we put forward a plan, it is well thought out, it is well researched, and it is guaranteed to succeed. And that is what we are focused on. How we can get that, how we can infuse that spirit and enthusiasm into the young people, that they will want to do the hard work, they will want to do the investments, and above all, they will want to remain here in Dominica, because we need our young people here in Dominica. We need them to be building their homes here in Dominica, to be building their families here in Dominica. We need them to help grow and build this economy. And that is why will be very much focused on the young people as a critical part of the success, the vision for Dominica going forward.
Yes, and that's part of our youth retention policy and program. We expect that we'll have what they call a blend between youth and experience. And not only that, when you have experience teaching youth, then we make way for upward mobility for youth. Because too often this government, and they are guilty of that, what they do just to sort of retain and sustain political loyalty, persons have attained the age of, probably retirement. And not that they cannot serve, they can serve in various capacities, but you understand when youth come in, new, fresh, dynamic, this government block them from upward mobility because they keep their political cronies, in position for forever. And there is no opportunity for youth. So we need that. Something, as you mentioned, that is very critical. We will not just put money in youth hands and let them go without supervision. We need to, one, give them guidance, make sure that they have a solid business plan, make sure that it's not only a plan, but a plan that is feasible and is going to bring results. It has to be result oriented. And we have to have a technical package, both financial and technical. So here we are. It's not about us letting go youth and supervision. So it's financial, technical, and supervision. Because if you don't supervise these things or do follow-ups, you will not get feedback as to how productive these, businesses will be or how well they are doing. And so we need to give feedback so we know exactly if there are factors affecting, the business, then we know how to redirect government policy. And so because we are a group of persons who of diverse backgrounds, competent, well-trained, we are ready to execute and we are going to execute on your behalf. So Doc, we have come to the end, but let me just take a few more remarks and then you will give your closing remarks and we'll call it a night. Yeah. Somebody was asking when is the next election. You can round up with that when we closing up. You and someone is saying you are a blessed leader. Another person, the UWP have my full support. I believe in you, Dr. Thompson. Fontaine, keep up the good work. Blessing my brothers. Keep on doing the thing that you are doing. Soso for Mr. Varicon. No. Yeah, the leader will decide who does that. We have a team. We are not greedy. We're not put in this for position. I'm one person. I'm going to respect what the leader does. We appreciate that you can recognize that some of us have the ability. We are trained. We have the capacity. We have the capacity. We have the will and desire, willingness to do what we have to do. But we are actually united behind who can do the work. And we have promised the people of Dominica, Doc, that we are not going to have an imploded ministry hierarchy. No, we don't need that. We need to save money for the people of Dominica so that more young persons can be employed. We're not going to do like this government to have 18 ministers. No, you have given at least the maximum we will have. And, that's how we're going to abide with this. But we are very thankful for the feedback. And, Doc, with that said, with the question being asked, when is the election? It's your turn now to put the curtain down on this program. Your closing remarks, Doc.
Yes, certainly. The question about the general elections, I can say that I do not know. All I can tell the individual is that constitutionally, we could have this government in place until March of 2028. That's as far as they can go. And an election is possible anytime within that period. That's unfortunately the system we have. It's not like some countries where there's a fixed date for election. Everybody knows upfront. In this case, all that's required 21 days notice from the government after dissolving parliament. So it's anybody's guess. So your guess is as good as mine. But let me just say in closing how thankful I am for the many persons who not only listen, but who take the time to express themselves by way of comments, by reaching out to us. We are very thankful for that. And so I'm convinced that we probably should start doing telephone interventions, have people call in so that they can hear the voices and interact with them. I think that's probably something that we should look at doing as a means of going forward, that we have individuals who are with us on the phone.
We can teleconference. Yes, we can teleconference. That's good.
We can certainly bring in as an aspect of this program. But certainly a big thank you to all of you for taking the time, for being a part, for being very much involved in this whole effort to bring change to Dominica. We are well on our way. We are well on our way. I believe that a lot of people are seeing how we can make progress. A lot of people are understanding the things that needs to be done, and that's one of the beautiful things about what we do is that as we speak, people are nodding their heads and saying yes, this can be done. So when we talk about reducing waste, the fact that we have all of these fruits and so on wasting, why can't we do manufacturing? Why can't we do agro processing? All of that, I believe, is part of where we are headed, part of what we can do, and part of what we as a party will continue to embrace. And so I just want to say a big thank you again to everyone. We are united, we're strong, girl together, and together we're moving forward with a plan and a vision to put money into the pockets of the Dominican public, to make our living here in Dominica a lot more bearable, and to improve the lives and the well-being of our people. That is our solemn commitment to Dominica. The United Workers' Party government is committed to improving their lives and to building hope and to building a better future for all of us.
Yes, earlier when I really said that it's not how much you know, but it's how much you care about people. And somebody just reminding me that, I used to be on their farm every time in Salisbury. And I guess being the extension officer at the time, I was actually on the farm giving technical advice. So I do appreciate that, Ernie James. Yeah, it's a pleasure. I work, that I work diligently. I work for the farmers. And we did what we had to do. And that is why we were able to bring much foreign exchange into this country. And farmers were able to be independent. Farmers could buy their four-wheel drives. They could add on their houses. They could send their children to school. And today, some of the children who actually were beneficiaries of, they were the direct beneficiary of the hard work of their parents. Some of whom have become doctors, lawyers, engineers, even farmers themselves. And so I have always said that the success stories must be told. Parents, you must tell their children about the success stories when the United Workers' Party was in government and how you were able to sustain yourself and to do all of what you did without having a job but just working for yourself. So we need to restore those golden days. And I will take the last comment and then we'll just say finally good night, and I'll read what the Mo banking information there. What a refreshing when Dominica brings out more committed nationals who can make a difference. Thanks, guys. Good night. So yes, with all what we are doing, we need to remind you that you must get confirmed. Without you going out there and get confirmed, it is not possible that we are going to get the change that is so desired. And so we need change. We need change from all angles. We need to change this government, and we have to do it with our democratic hands. And so you are called again to participate and get confirmed. And this is our Mo banking ID, 555-2242, and the account number of this is 100-5636. Or you could go online, uwp-dominica.com, click on donate, and give something positively so that we can keep up the work. Remember, we have bills to pay. We have all bills to pay, radio program, we have lawyers to pay. We're actually in defense of Dominica. We are the ones shouldering the burden of Dominica. We are the voices for you. We continue to speak, while some may not be able to speak, but we do it, and we do it with pleasure. So at the end of the exercise, it's not that we have to be recompensed for it. It's just that you have to understand that we can work in harmony. We have to work for each other. Help us so that we can help you. And with that being said, I say good night. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely night and a great week. Until next time, we say good night to you all. Have a good night, everyone.